us, ma'am. Thank you and welcome to Kaveri College. I would now request Kavitha ma'am to start with the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Jayashree and Isha, for the warm welcome. So, like Jayashree mentioned, we are, friends we've been friends from college, from the university. So, I think, it's a pleasure for me to always interact with Jayashree and, be there with her. So, I'm really looking forward to the session, to interacting with all of you. So, thank you for inviting. Thank you once again for inviting me. So, okay, I'll just go ahead and share my screen. Okay, just give me a second. Let me know if you can see my screen. Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, Jayashree, am I audible?
I can hear you, Kavitha. I'm not sure about others.
Yeah, I don't know. Isha, Jayashree, can somebody from the college confirm if you can hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
We can
ma'am.
hear.
Okay, perfect. Sorry.
Yes, ma'am, the screen is visible.
Screen is visible, right? Okay, perfect. So today, I want to talk about, what is technical writing. I want to talk to all of you about, technical writing as a career. You all have access to the chat. Technical writing. Hello.
Yes, madam.
Okay.
Actually, we had a net issue over here, so the session got little bit interrupted. Sorry for that. We are connecting again.
Okay.
Your screen is
worries.
visible, madam.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So when we talk about tech writing, can you all tell me what comes to mind? Any words, as students, when you hear of the term tech writing, what are things that comes to mind? You can just put down, if you have any keywords that come to mind in the chat window.
Students, please reply. It is an interactive session for you.
Okay.
Drafting technical, right?
Okay, drafting information. Okay, good. Okay, so let me, put you all to ease. So today, what we are going to do in today's session is together, we are going to explore the field of technical writing. What I will be, covering today are some basics of technical writing. So before we go into that, I know Jayashree has given a good introduction, so I will not, spend more time on that. So we'll see what is technical writing. Uh, though it sounds like a new field, I want to talk about a little bit of history of technical writing. Technical writing has always been there for centuries. So I just give a brief about technical writing and the history. Then when we say technical writing, how does that differ from other forms of writing? So we'll see some styles that make technical writing unique. Then, what are specific skills required for this field, for you to be successful in this field? Then what are the career opportunities that are available? So career opportunities today and as well as growth opportunities. And also, if you want to start your career as a technical writing, how do you start? Okay, so if you look at Wikipedia, you will get a detailed definition of technical writing. Is writing or drafting technical communication used in technical and occupational fields and so on. But put in layman terms, technical writing helps you simplify complex information. It involves communicating complex information to an audience or to a user who needs to accomplish a task or a goal. That is the essence of technical writing. Simple information at the right time and the right resource is what technical writing gives its user. So it is not only reserved for the software industry because of its wide range. Technical writing is present in almost every industry in some form or the other. Like some examples are user manuals, or if you go to a shop floor, there are app operation manuals. How do you use the equipment? There are lab reports that tell you, what was conducted in the lab and what was the outcome. Then even something as simple as giving somebody driving directions is technical writing. So you find a lot of examples across industries. So let's go to the history. Like I said, let's briefly touch upon.
Shall I interrupt? Please put your camera on. Your camera on.
Oh, my God. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
better? Yeah. So technical writing has been around, like I said, for a long time, and it has been recognized as a profession since the 1940s. And it has expanded over the years because of the presence of computers and the digital age. But its history dates back much further. Throughout centuries, technical communicators or writers served as mediators between common people, and the people who created technology. So Geoffrey Chaucer's first treatise on astrolabe is considered to be the first early example of technical documentation. Then as we move to the 14th century, to the 17th century, many new inventions started coming in, and the inventors had to talk about the inventions to common people and share that so that they could use those inventions. So if you think of scientists like Leonardo da Vinci and Sir Isaac Newton, they compiled documents about their inventions and findings. And this is also these documents or these chronicles, laid the foundation of what we call as modern technical writing and communication. With the advent of the World War, the Industrial Revolution, slowly the golden age of technical writing, we would call that as that's when the technical writing really, took form, because a lot of new inventions were happening in aerospace, nuclear technology, medicine, and these had to be documented and conveyed to people who were using them. An important event in the year 1953, the Society of Technical Writers and the Society of Technical Writers and Editors was formed. And after that, with the advent of PCs, the computers, what happened was, things just started moving very quickly. In the 2000s year, in the year 2000s, you realize that a lot of computer-based applications were created, and so how-to guides and other forms of documentation gained popularity. Today, in the digital age, a lot of applications, the help for a lot of applications has become very sophisticated, with tooltips, with guided tours, with different forms of web help. So the technical writing has really grown in leaps and bounds. And we see that today technical documentation is required in every field, right from construction to food processing and software documentation. So you really see a lot of growth in this field. So now let's come to technical writing style. Every type of writing has some goal, right? When you write, so like for example, somebody writes a book, there is a goal that they want to entertain the audience. So some form of writing, they're geared to tell you a story. Other forms of writing, like your newspaper articles and all, express opinions. But technical writing audience is not intended for any of these purposes. So you're not writing fiction, you're not writing to express your personal opinion. A writer is not writing for that. Like any other forms of writing, technical writing also has its own style. So let's see, some examples of that style. First, keep it simple. So the writing has to be crisp, clear, with short sentences so that it is easy to read. Because, like we said, technical writing is used to explain a complex concept in simple terms for the user. You need to be sure that your writing is not complicated or convoluted, that it becomes difficult for the person to understand. Use active voice rather than passive voice. Avoid jargon. Sometimes, within our own environment, if you're working, for example, in the software industry, you might just tell somebody, can you ping me after some time? Or there could be acronyms that you are familiar with within your organization, but your users probably don't know what that is. So avoid jargons, avoid acronyms. Make sure that you aim for clarity in your communication. Second important characteristic of technical writing is that aim for accuracy. So there is no room for ambiguity. So your document, when you're telling, somebody on the shop floor how to operate a machine, there cannot be an ambiguity on, you can do it like this, or no, maybe not. Can we do it some other way? There's no scope for ambiguity. It has to be accurate, and it has to be tested, and you have to be thorough in the technical information that you present. You cannot have errors in that, because an error in the documentation could result in the user following your instructions and creating expensive errors just because the writer wrote incorrect documentation. Then third, like I said, technical writing has a very, very focused purpose. That means it has a very focused audience. So you need to know who the audience is, and then you write, write for your audience. So you need to understand if you're writing a developer guide, you're writing probably for a set of, programmers, somebody who's well-versed in a certain skill. So you need to keep that in mind, understand what their level of, expertise could be in that field, and then write accordingly. Remember, nobody is going to pick up a technical documentation and read it just for leisure. They're reading it because they need to accomplish a task. So when you write, you need to keep your audience focus in mind. Then state facts. Like I said, it's not your opinion or it's not your emotions, only state facts. So it has to be very objective, fact-based approach when you convey your information. So if you're writing instructions, you need to test out those instructions and write them clearly. Do your research, talk to SMEs, and ensure that you have all the information that is correct. Then it has to be detailed. So you cannot miss out steps. You cannot miss out information, because what happens is when somebody is reading your document to understand your product or understand a technology or understand a domain, if you miss out details, assuming that, oh, this is something simple, everybody should know. No, you cannot do that. You cannot assume on behalf of your audience. So ensure that it is detailed so that your document becomes easy to understand. Then your document also needs to be structured, correct? You cannot, organize it in any way that you want. You need to look at all the information that you have and structure it in such a way that there is a flow to what you're explaining. So start with the prerequisites, then start with what you need to do first, and then take the user gradually through the workflow. So it needs to be structured. That's a very important aspect of technical writing. Then another important aspect is, as a writer, writers don't just create content, or they just don't write information. They need to ensure that the design of the documentation is such that it is easy to read. It is easy to find information. So it could be considerations such as the layout of your page. Does it look too cluttered? Then what kind of headings will you use? What kind of information should be put in steps? What kind of information can be put in bullets? When will you use a table to show information? um, how can you effectively use graphics? Because we all know, right, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So can I use a diagram, or can I use an image to explain a certain concept? So writers need to start keeping design also in consideration when they create their content. So design is an important aspect of technical writing. And of course, in today's world, when you go to Google to search for anything, when you provide information, we need to be sure that users can find what they're looking for. So that is where good structure, good headings, simple, good, shorter and clearer sentences comes into picture, because you're, at the end of the day, your information that you create is of no use if people cannot find it and they cannot use it effectively. So, we looked at what is the style of technical writing, right? When we say technical writing, what are things that you need to keep in mind when you create your writing? So now let's look at, if I look at a technical writer, what are the kind of skills that a writer needs? So first, let's look at education and background. So to be a writer, you need a degree, but I don't think there is a specific degree, at least, in India, not many colleges offer a degree in technical writing. Of course, the Pune University does offer a course in technical writing. But if you have a degree in journalism, English, communication, and I would say if you're interested in making a career in the field of technology, an education or a degree in computer science and engineering, is of value to the writer. Second, you need to have extremely good language skills and communication skills, because for most of our organizations, we use English as the medium of communication. So you need to have good command over your English. So that is where brushing up English language skills, grammar skills, your communication skills becomes very important. Like I said, English language, because we communicate in English, and then written and communication skills are very important. Then an important, I would say, quality that a technical writer needs is the ability to grasp technology, and that, go understand technology and grasp it quickly. So technical writers, today you may be writing for a company that, operates in the, I would say banking domain. They're creating a banking application. A writer could be writing for that. Maybe some months down the line or some years down the line, the writer may be working for a company that's working in high tech, that's building solutions in the high tech industry. So a writer cannot know or cannot be an expert in every domain. But one quality that you need to have as a writer is that you have to have a keen interest in technology and keep abreast with advancements that are happening in the technological space, especially in the domain that you operate. This will help the writer pick up technology. Why? Because if the writer does not understand the technology, they will not be able to translate that or understand that and write documentation that the users need. So understanding technology is a very, very important skill that writers need to have. Next, research and exploration skills. So as a writer, like I said, they could be working on multiple domains or products that they may not be very familiar with. So when you write for such products or domains, it can be a challenge. So, writers cannot just rely on somebody spoon feeding information that, okay, this is the application. Okay, now step 1, write this. Step 2, write this. No, writers cannot rely on just people spoon feeding them information. What they need to do is they need to have the ability to do research. So when I say research, that means either read about the domain, work with the product or application, talk to subject matter experts. So they need to have the ability, to do research before they start writing their documentation. In today's world, especially in the software industry, when a lot of the organizations work in the agile methodology, writers need to be integrated with the scrum teams, understand what is being done, and then add value by providing suggestions, not only not only writing about the product or application, but also providing suggestions about the workflow, about user experience, about the overall approach to the functionality. So writers need to be very closely tied in with the research and development teams, and so that is where these qualities have become very important for a writer. Then proofreading and editing skills. So before you submit a piece of writing, before a writer submits their piece of writing, either for review or publishes it for the audience, what writers need to do is they need to proofread their document, ensure that there are no grammatical errors, there are no errors in the sentence construction, there are no errors in the format and overall design of the document. And this is very important because depending on the organization with which the writer works, they could have a team, they could have a dedicated editor who will probably do some of the editing for them, or in some cases they could be just a couple of writers or a lone writer where they need to take on this responsibility. So I would say proofreading and editing skills also becomes important for a writer. Another important aspect is being a team player. Why? Because a writer cannot operate alone. Like I said, the technical documentation that you create is part of a larger ecosystem. You don't give a standalone technical document, right? It is for a particular product or for a particular application or for a particular user. So any form of technical documentation is part of the larger ecosystem. So a writer needs to communicate with other stakeholders. So you probably need to communicate with your product manager to understand, requirements, to understand what problem the product is solving. You will need to work with your developers, with your QA teams, with sometimes getting feedback from customers, with your technical support team. So this, so when somebody says, oh, you need to write, it may seem like it's a job for an introvert. You can just sit quietly by yourself and write, your content. That's not true. A writer needs to be, collaborating with a lot of people in the ecosystem. And this requires the ability to build bridges, to build connections so that, you get the best out of, these interactions. So there's a lot of communication involved before a writer can say that their documentation is complete. And that is where being a team player becomes important. And then critical thinking. Why? Because, when we say critical thinking, what do we mean by that? It means the ability to make a well thought of and clear decisions about your content, about how do you structure it, about how you're going to go about, taking the entire, there's an idea that I need to create a document that's going to be useful for my user, right from concept to going through the process of research, gathering information, and then creating an output. That requires a lot of judgment and thought throughout the journey. And that is where critical thinking is very important, so that you get the best outcome for your focused on your users. And there are many more I would say, there are many more besides this, work discipline, then good listening skills, because you will be interviewing a lot of people, you'll be talking to a lot of people. But, here are a set of skills that are important for a writer. Yeah. So we saw, the styles for technical writing. Then we saw what are the skills required for a writer. Now let's see, when we look at technical writing as a career, what are the opportunities that are available for writers? So the demand for technical writers over the last, I would say, 10 to 15 years has increased, especially with software development, um, you know increasing opportunities in software development, engineering, and healthcare industries. As these continue to grow in India, and also the manufacturing and service industries are creating a lot of opportunities for technical writers. So the demand for candidates with strong, technical skills, as well as, good language skills, is increasing. And if you have a balance of both, you can find a lot of good and well paying opportunities. So while satisfying career opportunity is one thing, the other, I would say another part of any career is also the salary that people make. And I think this is a career that offers you both. It offers you a lot of opportunities to explore different skills. And that's something that we will see how you can grow in this profession. It allows you to explore different skills or different aspects of your personality. At the same time, it is a job that provides a good um, salary or compensation that is at par with the industry. And if you see, from the US Bureau of Statistics, they say that between 2022 to 2030, the percentage of opportunities for technical writers is going to increase, in leaps and bounds, and it's probably faster than the average that you see for a lot of other, occupations. So you can start your career as a technical writer and an information developer. That is where people will generally build skills. They will build skills in writing, research, content design. What do you mean by templates, formats? How can I convey information to my users? Audience analysis. Working with stakeholders. So at this level, at the entry level, people will learn a lot of skills. These help form the foundation of a successful career in this field. So as you grow from, in technical writer or an information developer, there are different titles for this role. Some people like to grow on the management track, so you can grow on to, leading small teams, to leading entire departments that provide documentation, either services, or they provide, documentation for a particular organization. So people can grow on the management track. Now, some people, as they write content, they like the language aspect of it. They like proofreading. They like to suggest revisions. They like to, look at the content from the workflow and the, usability aspects. So people like to branch out to become technical editors who will go over or review somebody else's work to look for writing, clarity, punctuation, grammar. And they may also suggest, inputs like, maybe you should use a graphics here, or, they could suggest layouts. They do a lot of things, editors. So this is a field where some people, after writing for some years, can branch out to be technical editors and make a career over there. Then people with strong technical skills go on to become very successful in careers around content architecture and content strategy. So just like you have an architect for any building, right? Let's take an example. A new building is coming up and you have an architect who will design its layout and ensure that the structure is good, sound. At the same time, it's easily accessible, looks good, space utility is good, and it's got an aesthetic sense to it. Similarly, a content architect in the digital space will help you organize content, will recommend the best approach to structure the content so that you can reuse some of the content in different, for different devices or in different channels. Basically, the role of a content architect and the content strategist is to ensure that they are bringing the right content to the right user at the right place and the right time. So content strategy and content architecture are I would say very important, especially for large organizations, and these are very successful paths for successful career. Then some writers branch out to become content designers. Now content designer is similar to what a UX designer, content designer, or you can also call them as UX writers, and they work very closely with the UX teams, and their job is to create copy for digital products. So their role is all about user research. So if you like doing user research, they understand user needs and usability issues. And then what they do is they take feedback from users and they perform journey mapping. They take design thinking design thinking principles into consideration, and they help create better content for their products. Then like I said, videos, graphics, these play a very important role when you're conveying information. So people who are good, creative, they go on to make successful careers in this field, and they go on to become specialists in these roles. Then with a lot of companies moving in agile and DevOps, and we're moving through the digital transformation and the cloud, innovation and automation is a big thing in technical writing. So people who are good with tools and scripting and technology can make good careers in automation for the technical writing teams. So setting up help pipelines, setting up automated methods to test accuracy of the documents. These are all niche skills, and people go on to build their careers in these areas. Then other careers you can grow into being a web designer. Today finding information is very, very important in today's digital world. So when we publish documents on the web, SEO, that search engine optimization, plays an important role in ensuring that your information is discoverable. So people with interest, so when you start writing and publishing, you start building some of the SEO skills as well. So people who have an interest in this area can build these skills and go on to become SEO analysts. And then you can also grow to become product designers, US experience. So the opportunities are endless. So what the writer just needs is, you need to have the energy and drive to learn new technology, to keep abreast of what is happening in the industry, and continuously upskill. I think that is very important. And if the writer has the correct attitude and the right skills, I think there are opportunities to become very successful in their career. So how do you start? So like I said, build your technical skills. So if you're interested in a particular domain, learn more about the domain. Learn some technical writing tools. So, basic tools, I would say everybody has with them: Microsoft Word, you have PowerPoint. so you can use Word to build a template, to design a layout, headings, styles, bullets, write a small, so any new application that you used, write a couple of topics on how to use them. You can write a few, um, you can write a small document that explains how you can, an end-to-end scenario that, if this is the goal that I want to accomplish, here are the things that I need. So start with installation. How do I start the application? How do I accomplish it?
पार्टिसिपेंट्स भी कितने कम हो गए 79.
Chetty, please mute yourself.
Then I would say, take up simple writing, assignments. Like you could, through your connects, you could have small businesses or teams for whom you can create. There are always small companies who don't want to go and hire a full-time writer. So you can contract with them, or you can intern with them, and you can start, creating documentation that will give you, good experience. And like I said, keep reading, keep abreast with technology. Then the Society of Technical Communication India chapter, conducts sessions on a regular basis on writing, and, for a lot of topics for writers. So you can join some of those sessions. There are a lot of online courses available as well. LinkedIn Learning, Safari, there are a lot of online books, courses available. And you can take the first shot at writing, technical writing, by looking at your resume and thinking about how do you want to present your skills and your accomplishments. So start by writing a good resume. So here are some links for you to learn more about technical writing. And so we come to the end of my presentation. So I'll be happy to answer any questions if you have.
Thank you so much. Excellent session, and you have explored the field and also explained the career opportunity in the field very well. And most of the students joined, they are from UG and PG with the computer science background. And my question was actually how they can start, but you have already explained that how they can start with the career in technical field. So thank you so much. Now, any questions from the students?
Yes, ma'am. Can I?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Abhishek Pariyar. Ma'am, I just want to ask that if I want to start a career, then in technical writing, and I want to use it in my language programs and all that. If I want technical writing to be learned, what your first opinion will be, that what good base will be there? Means online courses, some you can suggest me any course which I should join on online.
Okay. See, so the University of Pune, I know, runs a good technical writing course. So you can definitely, inquire into that. Second, like I said, you can build your skills. There are a lot of forums, and I will share those links with Jayashree ma'am after this, you know, uh, call, so that you all can join those forums. What happens is there are always opportunities where people will ask for interns for technical writing. There are opportunities where companies will ask for people on contract. So initially, I would say, when you're building your career, what is important is you shouldn't worry about salary, or whether it's a contract or intern. I would say the goal should be learning. So when you get like these opportunities, you should take that up and learn as much as you can. Because once you have a good foundation, you will always find excellent opportunities going forward. So I would say begin with by online courses. LinkedIn Learning offers many good online courses on technical writing. Pune University runs an in-person course where you have some good teachers. You'll get experience, on good assignments. And I would say read about. There's a lot of material also available on the web. I would say you all have project work that you do, correct? For your as a part of a curriculum. you will be working on a project. So keep in mind technical writing principles. Today, when I see projects, students don't give a lot of thought when they are writing their project report. So think about it. Think of your teachers or think of your fellow students as users of whatever project you're doing. And then write that report in such a way that you're putting in some best practices that you learn from, that I've explained from a technical writing perspective. Then another thing, start focusing on your English language. Lot of good exercises available for free. Read grammarly.com. Read some of these sites that give you good grammar exercises. Spend like 15 minutes in a day or 20 minutes in a day to improve your language, your English vocabulary. Why? That will go a long way in helping you also write technical content. So does that answer your question? Abhishek, it was, right?
Yes, I think it was quite clearly explained. Any question from any other student? Okay, I think you have explained each and every point related to technical writing field very nicely. So if there are no questions, we will proceed with the end of the session. Any questions? I will just wait for a few seconds. One question will be in the chat box, I think. Okay. Yeah. Pratima, we have actually make it live on our Kaveri YouTube channel. So it will be available on our YouTube channel. So afterwards also you can watch it. Don't worry. And as Ms. Kavitha already said that she will share the links and whatever information with me. So I will just pass it to all the student groups. It is available on the YouTube. Maybe till tomorrow, all the sessions conducted in National Kaveri Science Festival will be available on YouTube. Any other question? Okay. So thank you so much, Kavitha. And it's such a nice to have you in Kaveri College. Though we have conducted the session online, but I will be more happy if you visit our college. And in future, definitely we will invite you personally here to address our students. So thank you so much. And now I just invite Isha to formally propose the vote of thanks.
So thank you, Jayashree. I think it was my pleasure interacting with students and presenting at the college. And definitely, I'll be happy to come over in person and have a more face-to-face interaction with everyone.
Yes. And just request both of you, you and Mr. Sudhir also, to just stay back for 15 minutes and be a part of our prize distribution ceremony, which we are going to conduct immediately after this vote of thanks. So please stay with us.
Sure.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such an amazingly interesting, informative, and inspiring session. I'm sure my fellow classmates and I may have taken many notes from the explain about the history of the technical writing and the career opportunities and how we can start career in technical writing by doing online courses were very insightful and helpful. Thank you once again, ma'am. I would now request Shilpa Kannade ma'am to proceed with the next session of our program.
Shilpa Kannade madam, are you there?
Yes, madam. Thanks a lot, Isha, for handing over the session. Now, students, a waiting moment for all of you, and with a great response from students from various colleges and universities throughout India, we will say, because this is a national level event and we have received a tremendous response from many students. So now we are going to proceed towards the prize distribution ceremony of this 3 days national level science Kaveri Science Festival. Okay. First, I would like to request our coordinator, Dr. Jayashree Bangali Madam, to give a review of this 3 days national level Kaveri Science Festival. Over to you, Madam.
Thank you, Shilpa. Yes, welcome to prize distribution ceremony. Respected Dr. Ashok Agarwal, sir, Principal Kaveri College, Dr. Mukta Karmakar, Vice Principal Kaveri College, all coordinators, teaching staff members, participants, and my dear students. So very good morning to one and all, and welcome to prize distribution ceremony. So we have actually I'm very happy to present review of this National Kaveri Science Festival. Main objective of organizing this science festival was to give exposure to students, explore career opportunity to them, and also provide a platform to the students to showcase their talent. And I'm very happy to say that we have achieved our goals. We have received very good response for our science festival. More than 700 participants registered for this festival. In this festival, we have conducted various sessions of renowned persons from academics and industry and various competitions for the students. On the first day of this festival, first session was conducted by Dr. Ravindra Shirsagar, Vice Principal, Modern College, Ganeshkhin. He delivered the session on careers in science. Second session was conducted by Mr. Anuj Narang, Senior Manager, VWO, Mumbai. He talked on the tips for resume writing. On second day of the festival, we have organized various competitions for the students. Kaveri Science Quiz Competition, Kaveri PPT Competition, and Kaveri Website Designing Competition. We have received very good response for all these competitions. We have received 159 registrations for Kaveri Science Quiz, 72 for registrations for PPT competitions, and 34 for website designing competition. On third day of the festival, we have conducted a session just now. We have finished with the session, technical writing by Ms. Kavitha Sudhir, Senior Manager, PTC. She guided our student and explained technical writing, its importance, career opportunities in technical writing. It was excellent session. Then we have organized actually electronics project model exhibition in which students will display their project models in the exhibition, and this exhibition will be conducted after this prize distribution ceremony. All the sessions conducted under National Kaveri Science Festival were very informative and knowledge boosters. I am sure that all participants must have a lot of takeaways from this festival. I thank all the resource persons of this festival for sparing their valuable time for us and sharing their knowledge with all the participants. I also would like to thank Dr. Ashok Agarwal, Principal Kaveri College, and Dr. Mukta Karmarkar, Vice Principal Kaveri College, for her support and cooperation. Special thanks to my team, core team member, I would say, Ms. Shilpa Kannade, Dr. Anand Buddhikot, Mr. Nilesh Nemade, Ms. Suvarna Sabnis, and Mrs. Shilpa Khadilkar for their support and cooperation. All of them worked very hard to make this festival successful. You know that such a grand festival we have organized online, and it's very difficult to organize it online. Students are calling us, they are just asking queries. Then there are technical parties involved as it is online. So all these 4-5 people, teachers, have worked very hard. All of them work rigorously to make all our Kaveri competitions successful. Thank you all. I also thank Ms. Tapasya More, Prajakta Kard, Ms. Ravina Pawar, Ajinkya Ubhe, and Ms. Jyoti for their support. I thank all the student volunteers, Aditi Khalyar, Maitrey Joshi, and Isha Hosur for helping us in the organization. And special thanks to Mr. Sunil Savan for providing technical support for this festival. Thank you. Last but not the least, without participant, it was not possible. So I thank all the participants for joining this festival and making it a grand success. Once again, I thank you all for being with us for these 3 days of National Kaveri Science Festival 2021-22. And we hope that all these participants will participate in the Kaveri Science Festival 2022-23. So all of you are welcome next year also. Now, most awaited part of the program, announcement of prize winners. Yes, let's proceed with the announcement of prize winners. First, we will start with the Kaveri Science Quiz Competition. There were two categories in this competition, as all the competitions were open for junior college and senior college students. So we have two prizes for the students from junior college category and two from the senior college category. So first I will announce the prizes from junior college category. Second prize winner is Gupta Ragini Pavan from Navodaya Junior College, Thane. So are you there, Ragini?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, hearty congratulations. You can just make your camera on so that we can see you. Hearty congratulations. We will just take a screenshot. Proceed with the first prize, and the first prize goes to Mr. Vishwakumar Shetty, again from Navodaya Kannada Seva Sangha Junior College, Thane. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Just before that, there was sound from my side.
Yeah. So thank you for participating and hearty congratulations to both of you. Yeah. Then from senior college category, first I will announce the second prize. Second prize goes to Manoj Rajendra Paigude from Kaveri College.
Yes,
are you there? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
You can just make your camera on so that we can take a screenshot.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
Hearty
you.
congratulations, Manoj.
Thanks, ma'am.
Yeah. First prize. Then first prize goes to Vaishnavi Sonar from KK Wag Arts, Commerce and Computer Science College, Nashik. So Vaishnavi, are you there?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Hearty congratulations for the first prize. Yes, you can just put your camera on so that we can take a screenshot of it. Congratulations to all the prize winners. Shall I go ahead, Shilpa ma'am? Okay, so now I will announce the winners of Kaveri website designing competition. Second prize goes to Bhushan Bane, again from Kaveri College. Are you there, Bhushan?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, hearty congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Just put a camera on. Put your camera on. Yeah, I'm waiting. Shall I go ahead? Shilpa, what we can do is we can have one screenshot of all the winners, maybe at the end of this prize distribution. Okay, shall I go ahead now? Yeah, and first prize of website designing competition goes to Rutuja Ravetkar, again from Kaveri College. Are you there, Rutuja?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, hearty congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, very well done, because it's difficult actually to design a website in a particular allotted time. So congratulations to both of you. Now we will proceed with the prizes of Kaveri PPT competition. Second prize goes to Akab Karnalkar and Abdul Sheikh from Pune College of Arts, Science and Commerce. Are you there, Akab and Abdul?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you,
Yes, ma'am.
Hearty congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, you can put your camera on.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, congratulations. And the winner of Kaveri PPT competition is, shall I go ahead, Shilpa? And winner of Kaveri PPT competition is Abhishek Nimbalkar and Abhishek Aute from Kaveri College. Are you there, both Abhishek?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, hearty congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, and we have invited judges for these competitions. So Mrs. Chitra Nagarkar and Dr. Neha Deshpande both have worked as a judge for these competitions, and the final decision was of these judges. Okay, so congratulations to all prize winners.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, congrats. So we are very happy to all of you for our Kaveri National Science Festival. And Shilpa, can we take just one photograph?
Ma'am, can you show the certificate again
Yeah.
of quiz competition?
Don't worry, we are mailing you the certificate. Don't worry. Okay. So I request Ms. Sudhir, Ms. Kavitha and Mr. Sudhir. Both are there in the meet. So please put your camera on so that we can have one photograph along with the prize winners. All prize winners are requested to put your camera on. Yeah. So we have Neha Deshpande madam also.
Can't able to start my video.
Deshpande madam, very good morning.
Hello, very good morning. Very good
Yeah. We have just announced the prize winners. Now, please put your camera on so that we can have a photograph.
photograph. Yes,
Yes,
sure.
I can't able to start my video because host is unable to.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Ready, Shilpa?
Okay, just a minute, madam. Yes. Done, madam.
Okay. Now we have Dr. Neha Deshpande with us, and ma'am, just now I have given the review of the competition and I have also announced the prize winners. But I request you to say a few words. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much, Jayashri. First of all, thank you for inviting me as a judge and for today's function. I'm very happy to be with your college and with your activities all the time. And as I said yesterday that I have been with your college in different capacities, in different roles. I have worked and it is always a pleasure. I always admire the enthusiasm that all the teachers and students, Bengali madam, everyone is working so hard to make every event successful that it is always remarkable.
Thank
you.
I
Congratulate you all for this. And now, please continue.
Thank you so much, madam. And I know that you are very busy with your schedule, and in spite of this, you joined the prize distribution ceremony. Thank you so much, and also thank for judging our competitions. Thank you.
It was a good experience. Thank you.
Yes. So we hope that we will have association in future also. Thank you so much, and. Once again, thank you, Ms. Kavitha, for being with us for the prize distribution ceremony also. And thank you all the participants. We will meet in again Kaveri Science Festival 2022-23. So thank you so much for joining with us today and joining this National Kaveri Science Festival 2021 and 22. Thank you so much. So after this, now we have organized electronic project model exhibition, which will be conducted actually offline. So students who have completed their 2 doses and have working model, we have organized their exhibition in electronics lab. So we will stop here today. Thank you so much for being with us. Over to you, Shilpa.
Yes, madam. Thanks a lot, madam. Good morning, one and all. Now, I take this opportunity to give vote of thanks for this 3 days National Kaveri Science Festival 2021-22. I would like to first thank Kannada Sangha management members and principal of Kaveri College, Dr. Ashok Agrawal sir, for his overall support and guidance. Thanks a lot, sir. I would like to thank Vice Principal Madam Dr. Mukta Karmarkar for her support for this national level event. Special thanks to Dr. Jayashree Bangali Madam for organizing this national level event and making it a great success by providing a big platform to students to showcase their talent over here and to grab the knowledge with various sessions organized under this 3-level National Kaveri Science Festival. I thank our great resource people for sparing their valuable time and guiding students from various colleges. I would like to first thank Dr. Ravindra Kshirsagar sir, Mr. Anuj Narang sir, Mrs. Kavitha Sudhir madam for spending their valuable time and providing very important knowledge and providing very important information to our students. Thanks a lot once again. I would like to give special thanks to our judges of competitions. First, I would like to thank Mrs. Chitra Nagarkar madam and I would like to thank Dr. Neha Deshpande madam for sparing their valuable time and judging the competition, and even they have guided our students in very great manner and they have shared their knowledge with our students. Now at the last, I would like to thank all our Kaveri College staff members, technical staff members, teaching and non-teaching staff members, and at the last I would like to thank all students, participants for showing their great interest and being a part of this 3 days national level Kaveri Science Festival. Thanks a lot once again to all of you for giving this platform a very big success. Thanks a lot, all of you.
One important announcement that all the prize winners and also all the participants of the competition, they will receive a certificate on their mail till Monday. Okay, so we are going to mail the certificates on your given or register mail ID. Okay, so till Monday you will receive the certificate. So today we will stop here. Thank you so much for joining with us for this 3 days National Kaveri Science Festival 2021-22. Thank you so much. So participant,